Sure. I just want to say hello to everyone. It's so nice to virtually meet you all. I want to welcome you and thank you for dropping into HeartMath and Horses. Kate and I are super, super excited to come to you virtually. She's come to you obviously from the Mother Ranch in Longmont, Colorado, and I'm coming to you from my beautiful living room in Los Angeles, California. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a HeartMath certified coach mentor, and I'll be sharing with you the wisdom of the heart as well as some heart coherence skills to get you through these uncertain times. I've had some amazing healing and joyous experiences with equine coaching with Kate over the last probably 2-3 years, and have been to about 5 or 6 different types of workshops that she's facilitated. I've been to Sound Bath and Horses, Horse Wisdom, and the Medicine Wheel, Leadership and Horses, and a couple of horse circles. And all of them have been so much fun for me, this city girl in the middle of Los Angeles. Actually, not in the middle, I'm in Santa Monica at the beach. So I just I wanted to share, it's just been so much fun getting to know Kate over the years and doing these programs, and we're excited to do it virtually with you. So over to you, Kate.
Thank you. So excited to do this because HeartMath and Horses are 2 of my favorite things on the planet, as I'm sure it is for some of you as well, or you're curious and wanting to learn more. So my name's Kate Neligan. I know some of you, but there's so many new faces here, which is exciting. And I am an equine partnered life and career coach, which essentially means that I pair my gifts and my intuition with the gifts and intuition of the equines, horses and donkeys, and I also work with goats to help people transform. And I work with a lot of women in transition and also corporate groups as well for mindfulness, team building and leadership training. And HeartMath is a special place in my heart because it is something that I learned about a long time ago when I was working in conscious media, and I saw a video about it, and it was one of the best definitions of synergy, and I created Synergy TV Network. And then skip forward a few years, Jennifer, my mom, and I all were down in Tulum this past fall for the HeartMath retreat, and I got to really have a lot of beautiful heart-opening experiences there. The horses are primarily heart-driven. I'll talk about that later, but it's a beautiful pairing of these 2 kind of modalities, and I'm just so excited to share it with you. Jennifer is so talented in bringing people through a journey of the heart to awaken that wisdom. Her and I met through Conscious Capitalism, and shout out to them, incredible group. And we immediately bonded over our love of Yogananda. And I used to feel like my mare who passed 3 years ago this week was a lot like Yogananda. So I just wanted to bring that energy into this call too, for those of you who know Yogananda's work. So it is also very much heart guided. So our intention is to give you a great heart opening experience today.
Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Kate. So I'm going to go ahead and kick us off while the horses and the Rocky Mountains you'll be able to see in Kate's background. But I'll start with a heart activation. Is the purpose to uplift your spirit and to help you feel alive, compassionate and joyful, to learn how to reduce any anxiety, stress, or overwhelm, to deepen your connections and communication, and just help you feel to live more resiliently. This is really just the entry point, the foundation of awakening your heart wisdom to live life with more heart. And in this activation, I'll teach you a few simple practices that can help you deepen your heart connection, de-stress from challenging situations, whether they're big or small, as well as just build your own personal resilience. You'll discover some HeartMath Institute's science-based techniques, which will change the way your body's physiology actually responds to stressful situations. And you'll learn how to create a state of inner ease and resilience in all of life's moments. So I want to thank you for joining us and committing to developing this new skill set and to starting your journey with Kate and I. I think we both would say we're both here to serve you. So in Awakening Your Heart Wisdom, I'd like to start with a short teaching about self-regulation and coherence. We are all individually responsible for self-regulating our emotions and our mind to effectively handle challenges and uncertainty. And many of us, however, have never received training in the area of self-regulation. So when challenged beyond our emotional capacity, we usually move into depleting emotions such as fear or stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, which is really not a very happy or healthy place to be. But we have the choice to practice self-regulation when triggered by these depleting emotions, which can come up from personal matters or global concerns such as viruses, terrorism, civil unrest, climate change, and in today's practices, you'll learn how to take charge of your mind to shift back into a coherent and more balanced state of living. So let me define coherence for you so that we're all kind of on the same page of what that means. Coherence is an optimal state of functioning, and it's really the key to building your resilience capacity. And the more coherence you build and maintain, the more energy you build and store in your system. Renewing emotions such as love and care and compassion and empathy create a measurable state of coherence. Whereas depleting emotions such as anger, stress, anxiety, and overwhelm are really very costly and inefficient and really deplete your resilience capacity. So to give you an example of coherence, there are times in our lives when we have experienced periods of being in sync and flowing with a sense of ease through whatever challenges might come our way. And when we're in that coherent flow, things come up and it just doesn't seem to get under our skin. And that is what coherence is about. It's the heart, the mind, the emotions, and the body are all synchronized. And when this happens, when we're in coherent flow, we're able to take charge of ourselves and maintain our composure. We have more energy. Time seems to pass by so quickly, and we just seem to flow through and around issues. When challenges come up, we can think more clearly, keep our cool, do what we need to do with more energy and stability, and just move on from the situation. So does anyone have any questions on what self-regulation is or coherence is before I move on? If you do, I invite you to just type them in the chat area. You can go down to the bottom of your screen and you'll see the chat box. It'll open up a box to the right and you can just type in any questions if you do. And if you don't have any questions, you can just nod your head like, no, we're good. Because I'm not seeing any questions, but I want to give you guys time because sometimes there's a little delay. Okay, I'm not seeing any questions. Okay, so now I'll teach you a coherence technique, of two coherence techniques to regain your composure and get coherence. The first one is called heart-focused breathing. So what you'll want to do is just sit in your chair with an upright spine, relax your shoulders. We'll do this practice together. So you can do this with your eyes open or with your eyes relaxed closed, whatever you're most comfortable with. Heart-focused breathing is, before we get into it, it's an effective technique to take the charge out of a stressful reaction or situation and to start the process of shifting into a more resilient state. It helps turn down the volume of stress, and combining this simple act of focusing on the heart area with a deeper level of breathing helps draw energy away from your distressed thoughts and feelings. You're basically interrupting your body's mechanical stress response and beginning the process of getting your nervous system back in sync, which is reflected in more heart coherent rhythms and significantly improves your mental capacity as well. And this practice of heart-focused breathing is the foundation of all of HeartMath techniques. So it's worth taking the time now to get comfortable with this simple and effective step before we add any other step. It's really that important. So get relaxed, sit straight with a straight spine, and you can relax your eyes closed if you like. Just follow my lead. So you'll want to shift your attention and energy into your heart area and just take a deep, slow breath about 6 seconds in. And then let your breath out slowly for 6 seconds out. All the while, just keeping your attention on your heart area. As if you're actually physically breathing in and out of your heart or chest. Breathe in for 6 seconds and breathe out. So keep doing this at your own pace, breathing in and out slowly, all the while keeping your attention on your heart area. Wonderful. So if you have your eyes relaxed closed, you can open them up now and just kind of come back with us and just let me know, how was that for you? Was it easy? Was it hard? Did you feel like you were actually breathing in and out of your heart? If you wouldn't mind just sharing that in the chat area with everyone, that would be wonderful. Okay, we got a good question. What to do when I have no control over situations? That's an excellent question. So we, for the most part, can only control ourselves, right? We can't control a lot of our external environment. We can control ourselves. We can control how we respond to external situations. So when challenges come up, have the awareness and then shift your energy into your heart when you have the awareness, and just do this heart-focused breathing. Okay, because usually, so you can do it in the moment. You can do this on the go. For example, if you're driving and someone cuts you off, instead of getting into road rage, just feel that you're starting to get fired up, and then shift your energy into the heart and do your heart-focused breathing. So thank you, Joe, for that question. Great question. Easy and joyful. I'm a HeartMath coach. Excellent. Thank you, Barbara. We have easy, but I've been using HeartMath for 15 years, so it feels like a lovely, well-worth path. Great. Thank you. Very relaxing and calm. Do we breathe through the nose or the mouth? That's a very good question. I would say breathe how you normally breathe. If you normally breathe in through the nose, continue breathing in through the nose. The primary purpose is to shift your attention into your heart and breathe in and out of your heart. If you breathe with your mouth open, same thing, just shift your attention into your heart and continue breathing with your mouth open. Because you want to be able to use this in the moment. If someone's standing in front of you and you're having a conversation that's getting a little tenuous, you want to be able to, whatever you're normally doing, just shift your energy so that they don't know that you're doing something, right? So just however you normally breathe. Okay, perfect. Also, let's see, I was told if you breathe longer than you breathe in, slows you further. So the question was, I've been told that if I breathe out longer than I breathe in, it slows it down further. So for the HeartMath techniques, you want to breathe in and out for this same period of time. So we're not getting into a state of relaxation where we're going to fall asleep. We're actually just getting into a state of coherence. So the other techniques might be a different technique that could be for going into a state of relaxation. So with this practice, you want to stay coherent. You want to be able to use it on the move, on the go. You're just stilling your inner world, right? So you're still doing things that you normally would be, but you're keeping your inner world still. So you don't want to become too relaxed. So thank you all for great questions. I want to have, so the next, so you'll want to do that. Just let me give you some benefits of this heart focused breathing. One, it saves energy. It reduces the intensity or turns down the volume on depleting emotions. So if you're getting anxious, you won't get as anxious. If you're moving into fear, you might be able to stop yourself before you go full on into fear. It just stops it turns down the volume. It establishes a calm but alert state. It helps maintain composure. It shifts and sustains balance and is the foundational practice for all of HeartMath techniques. So when you'll want to use this technique is on the go, which is what I was just sharing with you. You can use it when you wake up in the morning. You can do this practice and set an intention for the day, even visualize a healthy, joyous day and what you would like your day to look like. So that's a good thing to do in the morning. You can use this at bedtime before you go to sleep, and you can use it throughout the day to sustain your energy. Okay, and that's what keeps resilience, is to sustain your energy throughout the day so you don't get so depleted, so you don't like crash at the end of the day. And you can also use this when you're confronted with fear, anxiety, or stress, or anytime you're feeling depleted. If you feel tired, you can use this technique. Okay, I've got a few more minutes. I want to teach you one more thing which layers on top of this, and it's called the state of inner ease. And the state of ease is a highly regenerative state that helps you flow more easily through challenges and starts building your resilience capacity. It's not a state of relaxation. It's a balance between the mind and emotions, which allows you to access a sense of inner stillness while on the move. Having an attitude of inner ease can help us remember we don't have to feed into the daily drama or depleting emotions such as worry, stress, impatience, or judgment. So let me walk us through inner ease. So the first thing you want to do to get into a state of inner ease is, once you start feeling stressed or anxious or frustrated or angry or judgmental or impatient, you want to acknowledge the feeling as soon as you sense that you're out of sync. All right, so that's the first thing, is to acknowledge it. 2, take a short time out and do the heart focused breathing that I just showed you. The third step is you want to imagine with each breath that you're drawing in the feeling of inner ease. So let's do this together. Same thing, just sit relaxed with a straight spine, and let's shift your attention and energy into your heart area. Breathing a little deeper and slower. This is a good one to actually relax your eyes closed. So breathe in for 6 counts and breathe out for 6 counts. And with each breath, bring in the feeling of inner ease right into your heart area. Whatever brings you inner ease, whether it's walks on the beach or being out in nature or hugging your children or loved one or hugging your horse, right? Whatever brings you that feeling of inner ease, just deep into your heart. Just infuse your heart with that feeling of inner ease. Now, infuse your mental and emotional nature with balance and self-care from your heart. So feel that this inner ease in your heart is radiating through your body, and that your whole body is infused, your mind, your emotions are infused with this feeling and sense of inner ease. And when the stressful feelings have calmed, just affirm with a heartfelt commitment that you want to anchor and maintain the state of ease. So say, I'm anchoring the state of ease, and then I'm going to take it with me through the rest of my day. Any appointments, any projects I have to work on, all my daily interactions, any challenges that confront me, I've got this state of inner ease in my heart. So it's that simple. Just 4 steps. Acknowledge the feeling, start the heart-focused breathing, draw in the feeling of inner ease, and then anchor it and maintain the feeling for as long as you can throughout your day. So I'm going to open it back up to questions. How was that for everyone? Could you feel a sense of inner calm? Please type in your responses in the chat box area. Let's see. All right, it's time to get some responses. Wow, that was nice. Most definitely, yes. Please repeat the 3 steps. Okay, so the steps are acknowledge. It's actually 4 steps. Acknowledge your feelings, start heart-focused breathing, draw in the feeling of inner ease, and then the 4th is to anchor and maintain that feeling as you go through your day. So 4 easy steps. You just acknowledging, having the awareness of the feeling is a very conscious state. Yes, definitely felt calm energy, relaxing and calm. Awesome, awesome. So just some of the benefits of inner ease. The ease state is especially, or when to use it. The inner ease state is especially helpful and effective when you're prepping before engaging in anything that could be potentially stressful, such as if you're going to go do a presentation, if you feel like you're going to step into a difficult conversation, or if you have to make a complex decision and if you just want to get grounded and centered into your heart area so that the wisdom, your heart wisdom and heart intelligence that comes out will give you much better decision-making process. And remember to reboot. You can use this to reboot throughout the day. Maybe before you sit and have lunch, do this heart-focused breathing so that you can uplift. Anytime you want to sustain coherence is a good time as well. So just some of the benefits of inner ease is to sustain coherence, slow down your mental and emotional rhythms. It generates an active calm or inner stillness while you're on the move. It creates an inner pause so that before you react or respond to people, you've actually paused and you can come out with a much more loving response. And it also increases your ability to make better choices. So I won't have time to get into the qualities of the heart today, but at the end of our workshop, make sure to stay. I will share with you the HeartMath Experience program, which goes into the science of the heart and goes into a few more practices than I taught you today. They actually teach 5 practices. So that's available to you at no cost, but you'll have to get the link at the end of the program. So I hope you enjoyed that, and all while watching the beautiful view of the ranch. And I'm going to let Katie lead the rest of her talk, start her presentation.
Thanks, Jennifer. Oh my goodness, that was awesome. What I hope you guys all took from that is how fast we can make a shift, right, into our hearts. And I feel like HeartMath and horses are so perfectly paired because horses live from a place of almost that heart coherent space. And HeartMath has done some things with animals, which is really kind of neat. I'd love to see them do more. So this is one of those opportunities for us to kind of create some of that. And I'm just curious, are you guys able to hear me and see me on screen? Yeah, thumbs up. Okay, awesome. So one of the things what I love about HeartMath, especially since before I was a spiritual psychologist, I was very much a scientist and also an atheist. So I've had a kind of big change and transition in my life. But what I loved is that science is, there's evidence-based research. And this is not just a kind of a woo-woo conversation. There's a real science behind HeartMath. There's a science now behind the horses. And what I wanted to also mention that many may not know about is there is the Human Animal Bond Research Institute, also known as HABRI. And they also talk about similar benefits to, and they do it mostly around small animal, cats and dogs, but I just think it's amplified with horses. They talk about physical health, mental health, and emotional health benefits. So on the physical health, the being with animals creates greater relaxation, lowered blood pressure, increased physical activity, mostly if you're, especially if you're walking horses around or dogs. On the mental health side, it's reductions in anxiety, stress, depression, and loneliness, and enhancements in well-being and social support. And then on the emotional health side, it's greater life satisfaction, quality of life, having a life purpose, and having meaning and developing trust. And so, you know, the way that equine partnered coaching works is really to give people, in my mind, a deeper experience of the joys, which he is being a ham right now, of horses and donkeys, and for me also goats, and giving them basically the role modelship of how the horses live, not only in a herd environment through connection, but also how they live in inner stillness and how they lead with their hearts. So horses' hearts are 5 times the size of ours. And essentially what that means is that the radiance of their heart is a larger degree. So you, just by sitting with them, can start to feel shifts inside of your own heart because they are in training to us. And there's a lot of interesting thing in the HeartMath space about how we can get into coherence and measure it, whether it's through the Inner Balance app, which Jennifer can talk more about if you're interested. But the app and actually a sensor that can go into your ear or into the ear of an equine, and you can actually start to measure when you're in coherence. Because it can take a little bit of time, especially for those of us that work a lot and are on technology a lot. This is really a way to drop in. Horses, in my experience, are very much only interested in being around us when we are in more of a heart space or a calm space. Those that are carrying a lot of mental energy or a lot of chaos, it is something that they may come up in like a therapeutic setting or in equine coaching or therapy to be there to support the resolution of that. But if you are hanging out with your own horse, my experience has been they are much more interested in being around us when we are in more of a calm, peaceful, and heart-centered space. And also for those that do join up with horses, which is a lot of, hi, did you like that message? Rain came by to say hello. She's right here. For those that do join up with horses, what essentially that is when you are partnering with a horse and moving around with a horse and walking with them, there are modalities that will teach more of a pressure-based or dominance and submission-based join-up exercise. And what I teach and what I believe in is really that if we can get into a heart-centered space through some of these breathing techniques, through the intention of being in our heart, and also the energy of joy, that we can actually create better relationship and partnership with horses and have them do liberty exercise with us because they are connected to us from that heart space. And so many of us talk in the horse world about having a heart horse. And I've always found that fascinating. And what that is for a lot of people is they might have couple different horses in their herd or in their life, but there's one that really resonates with their heart the most deeply, that they feel very, very connected to. And I do believe that certain horses teach different things more than others. And what I've experienced with some horses is they really, really want you to have a heart experience more than anything. So my mare was a lot like that. And she really taught me how to get to the heart space quickly, and also how to live from there, lead from there, and to receive. Because so much of the heart is about receiving. It's not about doing or processing the way the mind often likes to stay in that space. So to walk you through a couple exercises, the first is going to be, and bear with me as I adjust camera so that you guys can see who are the equines here. First, I'll give you a little dose of joy with this guy. He is itching his butt on that chair right now, as you can kind of see. So I'm gonna do a quick bit of the first piece, which is really just a simple meditation. And it is similar to what Jennifer talked about in regards to the breathing. But what essentially, let's see how I can best set this up. So essentially what this is, especially if you can't be with your horse right now, or if you don't have horses, there's a way to connect into the heart of the horse as an energetic. So essentially what that looks like is, if you'd like to close your eyes and put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath and picture the lower half of your body getting heavier and more grounded to the earth, just like a horse would feel very grounded to the earth. You can even wiggle your toes inside of your shoes and get them more fully on the ground. So if there is a heart horse in your life, or if you have had a heart horse in the past, what I encourage you to do is just picture them in front of you. And then if you do not have a specific heart horse, just picture a horse that has delighted you when you've met, maybe even going back to the movies and Black Beauty. Just start to picture that horse standing a couple feet in front of you. And you can intentionally say inside, my intention is to join my heart with your heart. And relax into it. See if you can feel your heart growing wider and bigger. Notice any body sensations. And now picture horses all around you, 360 degrees, just all around you, with you in the middle. And picture your heart connecting in the front, the side, and the back of your body into all of these hearts. This collective, the horse ancestors, the horses that have walked here on earth, before us, with us. See if for a moment you can feel their unconditional love. Allow that and receive that. Whew. And then see if you can also start to send that love out to them, sharing how much you just love horses. And thinking of one quality of the horse that you love the most. Now placing that word, that quality in your heart, like a seed that's going to grow bigger and brighter. trusting that the horses and the horsepower that's with you is helping you to grow that quality just because you have an intention to. Take a deep breath and receive just a little bit more of that love. Share your gratitude with them. Whatever you energetically need right now, just picture yourself receiving it from the horse. Maybe it's a nuzzle to your neck or your nose. Maybe it's a heart. Maybe it's a horse's nose to your chest and your own heart. Maybe it's running your fingers through their mane. And allow that energetic, somatic touch to just bring you more joy in this moment. Now, as you close this circle, you can stand energetically up and just sort of bow in gratitude to the horses. Saying thank you to them. And you can end with a smile on your face and the words, Namaste. Namaste. All right, so that is your remote exercise. And the horses have shared with me that, especially having lost two that are on the other side that I talk to daily, that they can be with us at a moment's notice in any ways. So for those who are like, I wish I had horses more, you can always have more horses, even if you're not with them. You can join them energetically. So now I'm going to show you two quick things you can do with horses that you are in person with. And again, if for some reason you can't be in person with a horse, this is also something you can do with an eyes closed process. And so my intention, because everything is really energy, and although we are on technology and you are not here, see if you can feel yourself here. See if you can allow your body to travel in time and space right now to Longmont, Colorado, in front of the Rockies. That is Long's Peak back there. It is gorgeous. And I'm gonna go visit with a couple horses here and do a little demonstration.
We weren't kidding when we said you would virtually be on the ranch with us.
Yes, I'm virtually here in the ranch. Hello, girl. How are you? So this is Salida. She's a big heart horse, meaning that one of her big teachings is often for women around self-care, self-acceptance, and she, like some mares, cares more that you get the message than whether you like her or not. But she is a big relationship horse. If you follow me on Instagram, you see me sitting on the ground with her and whatnot. So what I encourage you to do if you're with a horse is to join your hand here on the side of a horse's heart, and you can find it right here on the side of their leg, or in the front under their chest, like this. And this view is a little better. So What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this down right here. And if she doesn't move, which she is, here we go. So what this is, hi sweetie, for doing this with me. What this is going to look like is your hand on your heart and your hand on a horse's heart. And immediately I feel a lot when I do this. And often my clients do too. But just take a moment and see if you can energetically feel into your own heart for a second as you put your hand on your heart. And maybe there's some heaviness that needs to clear, which I'm going to ask Salita actually to do with us. I was thinking we'd do that, but we're going to do that. But see if you can feel into, when you're with a horse, looping your energy between your heart and their heart. So almost like an elliptical, right? Which is that infinity sign. See, hey, do you want to say hi to everyone? Am I on your food? She's like, you're in my food, Kate. See if you can run that energy. There we go. And see if you can feel like your heart is releasing anything that's heavy. Good girl. My baby girl. Ah, you did a little clearing there for everyone. Did you want to say hi? Yeah? Okay. Don't eat my computer. You guys are getting some big horse love right in your face here. She is actually asking that we do a little group clearing, so we're gonna do that really quick. So I'm just gonna run a quick clearing statement. So just feel into your heart, and if there's anything heavy that's ready to clear, a butterfly just flew by. And I'm just gonna do this silently, but if you say yes, you'll be giving permission for anything heavy in your heart to clear. We just did a little mini clearing there. So Salita's actually backing her back into this group, which is, there is an energy then of like, how do you ground? So feeling down into your feet again and allowing yourself to feel connected to the earth. So the heart space is an awesome space to live in, and the horses teach us how to do it, but with some grounding. And that means that we can be fully here and doing our work, but also from a place of love and joy and more of the authentic self qualities. So the last exercise really quick, because I know we're getting down to the wire here, is I'm going to do it with Winter. And a lot of people find the heart visually through eyes. And this is a process I did in my master's in spiritual psychology, and it's called soul gazing. And first time I did it, it was really hard because it's so vulnerable and so intimate, and you're really being seen. It's much easier for me to do with the horses, but it's something I'll ask my clients to do. And often a lot of emotion comes up for people, especially with horses, because they feel like they look right through them and they feel seen on such a deep level. But it's a really beautiful way to connect into their hearts and to ours, and to kind of be out of the emotion. Excuse me here. So let's see if Winter volunteers it. If not, I'm gonna stand up and then. Hi. Give you guys a better view. Do some soul gazing. So essentially what it is you're gonna look into their eyes. I'll let you guys have that experience here. And we'll do some with Sweetness because he really likes it too. And up. And it kind of being a portal to, people say the eyes are a portal to the soul, or a way to connect, but I have found that it's often a way to get, and since she's standing, so she's like, we're still working. Here we go. Let's do a little soul gazing. And some of it is about how can we make ourselves a little bit softer through this experience, because as we know, they're prey, we're predators, we're not necessarily want to like stare into them. She says, you guys all need hugs. I know, they do, they need hugs. We do right now, none of us have that, sweetie. So that is also something you can do with your horse, is connect in through the eyes. All right, and see if you can soften them. So she's really enjoying this. I'm gonna see if she has any more messages really quick before we jump to the final bit. All right, I'll let you guys tune into her and see if she has a message for you, maybe. You can connect in with her. You can hear her breathing. She's reminding us to do this heart-centered breathing. Good girl. Thank you. She just wanted you guys to see that connection really quick. All right. And Sweetness is following me. Here we go, buddy. Come on. So that is kind of it for that. They're simple. You may have already done these with your horses, but it's just, there's an opportunity. And Salita's back. She's like, I like this group of people. All right, sweetie, right here. You want to say hi to everyone? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to hand it back to you, Jennifer, for this, and turn myself on mute in case Salita wants to share anything else.
Oh, that was so amazing and totally awesome. And I just loved being out there. You could feel the horses, and I really hope all of you could too. Kate, do you want to just share real quick how they can get more of you at the ranch, and maybe some equine advice or coaching, or how they can reach you if they have questions and want to learn more?
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. So because we're in an interesting time of virtual, I am doing every Sunday Heaven on Earth, which is with Kate and the Critters. And we will do a meditation for about 20 minutes, wisdom sharing for about 20 minutes, inspired by the horses. And it's a different theme each week. And some journaling, and also a goat dance party. So we have 12 baby goats here on the ranch too. So that's every Sunday at noon Mountain. Please sign up for that. We can share the link. It's through Zoom. It's donation based, love donation based. And then next Wednesday, I'm doing horse wisdom readings, which is customized readings from a horse that you feel called to, or certainly Sweetness, that you would like a specific intuitive reading on from them and myself on any issue. And then I also am working with people and doing coaching, career and life coaching virtually right now. And I can do that from the ranch on the phone or on Zoom. And also I've been doing something which is basically reconnecting people to their horses if they've had any challenges or trauma with them. I serve as a bridge, and so I do animal communication and healing remotely. So if that is something you would like for you, or a horse, I'm doing one of your horses, I'm doing sessions on that too, and they've been going so beautifully. So yeah, happy to be of service. Best way to get in touch with me website is consciousrockstar.com and consciousrockstar@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Kate Neligan Equine Coach, Instagram, same thing. And then Equine Rockstars is a group I know many of you are in, but it's all resources, inspirational posts for those of us who love horses, which I would imagine is all of you. So thank you. I so appreciate it. Jennifer, please share about Heart.
Oh, sure. Of course. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kate. Those are such great opportunities. And go to her Heaven on Earth on Sunday. Sit with your cup of tea and coffee and watch the horses and Sweetness and the goats. The goats are adorable. We had a really nice session last Sunday, and it's just such a great thing to enjoy on your weekend, since we're stuck at home and she gets to go play on the ranch. So I have a couple of things as well that are at no cost for you to really deepen your embodiment of the inner ease practice and get more into coherence. Every Tuesday, I have a 1-hour coaching session at noon Pacific time. And what I'm going to do is copy and paste in the chat area the link to that. And you can copy and paste it in your browser. But also, I'll share with you at the end how to download this entire chat string so that it goes to your computer and then you have it. And then Kate, you and I can probably email them resources as a follow-up in case you miss some of it. The second thing is I do have a download of free download of the State of Ease ebook. And that is authored by Doc Childry, who's the founder of the HeartMath Institute, which is a nonprofit organization that has developed these practices. So that's another way, if for some reason you can't do Tuesday coaching, you can just follow the guide, download it and just follow it. And then that way you have all the steps. And then the third thing, and this was offered for your attending our webinar today, is the HeartMath Institute came out with the HeartMath Experience online program in January. And because of the pandemic, they've actually made it free to everyone because they want people around the world to learn the modern science and these practices of getting back into coherence. Because there's so much fear that fear globally is actually worse than the virus, right? And it is the virus. So if we can help more people shift into coherence and inner ease, they can take things in stride as opposed to get caught up in the drama of it all. So here is the link. Same thing, I'm going to drop it into the chat area. You can just copy it there and we'll email it to you later. But if you want to get on that right away, you can just copy it there. And then I also, like Kate, do one-on-one coaching to work with people if there's a lot of deep, and families as well, if there's any deep anxiety or some things that you're trying to work through that you just want to reduce stress, anxiety, and fear and transform that into inner ease and into resilience. I do one-on-one coaching, and that information is available on my website as well. And then I also do corporate team training and stress management during uncertain times, and I also do a separate program, corporate personal resilience training for teams. So really helping them shift into resilience and really becoming a more cohesive, successful team moving forward. And that information is also on my website, JennDickens.com. So let me just type it in real quick, JennDickens.com. You can find it there. But we want to thank you for joining us. Both Kate and I, we hope you enjoyed being out on the Mother Ranch. I just am thrilled to be doing this with you, Kate. And
the comments are amazing. Thank you, everyone, for commenting.
Yeah.
I mean, someone said, why did it bring up emotion? That's just the beauty of the horses. They tend to surface and clear stuff. Others said they felt connected to their horses that have passed or are here, and they didn't know they could actually connect through technology. I'm so happy to hear all of this, guys. This is wonderful.
I know, and someone said their heart was opened, is really wide open, which is awesome.
That's one of our intentions. Jennifer, we should do this again.
We gotta do it again. And Kate, can you give your address again? Someone asked for your website address.
ConsciousRockstar.com, and the email is consciousrockstar@gmail.com. And by the way, the whole time that we were just speaking, Selita had her back to the back of the computer. So she's sending you all some grounding for your day too. So yes, thank you all so much. Please share about this. Let us know what you know, if you feel like you're inspired to share testimonial, we'd love that too. So
Yeah.
we're grateful you guys are here, and go take your heart out into the world. We need more awakened hearts on the planet. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time. Tell your friends.
Yes.